This is Death by Saber, joined with
Mm,
Shanie.
yes. Shanie? Not here. Yoda?
And we're going to review episode 1 of The Mandalorian.
Interesting it is. Yes.
We have a sideshow of pictures and to share with you guys, and we're going to pause it. And I've sent an invite to other YouTubers from the fandom Menace and see if anyone wants to join us. We'll see. Um, I'm gonna pull up the images now. Menace and see if anyone wants to join us.
Join us, you must. Fun we will have. First Uber.
Oh, you gotta see who's in the chat.
Black Hat Cinephile he is. First Uber.
Oh, you gotta see who's in the chat. Uh-oh, feedback. Oh, Black Cat Cinephile. Hi. I'm glad you could join us this late. We're going to be reviewing The Mandalorian. So, Shanie, do you see this first image, Shanie Yoda?
See it, I do. Yes.
if your throat gets sore from being Yoda, you could stop whenever.
No.
Not mandatory. Okay, so I didn't show the cantina because we already saw that part from the trailers. So I skipped ahead.
Spoiler alert. Yes.
Sure, why not? Spoiler alert. If you don't want to know, click away now. Immune. I'm a night owl, usually. Okay, yes. So am I, Black Hat Cinephile. We are. Shanie, too. Shanie's 3 hours ahead of us. He's still up.
Yes, 4 a.m. it is. Crazy yeah. I am.
Yeah. So
sleep I need.
This first shot here is a speeder that is manned or driven by a droid, like a R2 type droid. And the Mandalorian wants no part of it. He doesn't trust a droid pilot. So he skips this one.
Doesn't like needs new Uber, he does.
Now to the next image. So instead, he opts for this broken down speeder. It's kind of like Luke's speeder, but it has more engines in it. And it seems like it's not in good shape, though. It's making a bunch of funny noises. Anything to say, have you, Yoda Shanie?
Yes. First, Yoda wants to say, good episode. Yes.
Awesome episode.
Liked it, I did. Yes, more than I thought I would. Not worth Disney Plus. Kidding.
So we don't want to spoil too much, so I'm skipping ahead to the next image here.
So this, tell them what's going on here. This is the guy that's picking him up, right?
Yes. I'll go back to that other image where the speeder that sounds like it needs a tune-up. It's manned by a human, and the Mandalorian decides this is what he wants. He wants to ride on this one. But he didn't go with Lyft. He went with Uber.
Here's the thing. Maybe you guys can answer this question because I found this interesting. I always thought that these type of speeders were native to Tatooine. I like this ice planet, obviously, and they don't have it listed, is not Tatooine, obviously. So I kind of wonder why they had such similar speeders in this planet than they did in Tatooine.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the other one. Isn't the design almost exactly like Luke's?
Yes. Also, well, like in the movie Solo, which hardly nobody watched, but the young Han was driving a speeder from that planet.
Yeah.
squared speeder.
It
I
looked
guess
different. It looked different
yeah.
though, right? It wasn't. These ones look identical to the ones like if you were going to make a speeder for an ice planet, you'd probably put a lid on it, right? I'm just saying,
Mhm.
instead of like having the snow fall on your face.
Yeah, this dude needs a tune up on his because it was just backfiring, blowing a lot of
Mm.
smoke. It
Mechanic.
wouldn't it wouldn't pass smog, that's for sure.
Yes. Mechanic he will need.
Okay, now we'll jump ahead to the next image. So this next image here,
Cinematography, good it is. Better than expected.
yeah, it's not so bad. Here we have some ice monster breaking through the ice and biting the landing leg of the Mandalorian ship.
Yes. Ice monster.
Yeah,
Hungry.
crocodile ice monster.
Yeah, there was the opening scene was really pretty intense and cool. It was an action packed. I really enjoyed that. And then with the monster scene, it made it just like it was a really good opening sequence to it. The show has a really awesome, I think, Western feel, which is obviously what they're going for. I think.
Yeah, I like it. I can't wait to see episode 2 of The Mandalorian. And we move ahead, and here's a different angle of the same
Yeah, it's a
creature.
graboid. Remember the graboids?
Hmm.
Yeah.
This monster doesn't mind metal. I guess it likes the taste of metal, ship legs,
Heavy metal.
spaceships.
It's a heavy metal fan.
What do you think so far, Black Cat Cinephile?
Well, Tommy's in the comments too.
Oh, let me see if there's
Hey, Tommy, how's it
anybody.
going?
No.
Glad you could be here for our sort of mini little review we're doing of the Mandalorian. We both enjoyed it. I liked it better than I thought it was going to. Actually, it was one of those where I wasn't expecting a lot. I was kind of going in with an open mind, and I like being surprised. I mean, the trailer looked good, but I don't trust trailers anymore. I find they're always you know, they pad the trailers to make it look better. You always get disappointed, but it's pretty good. I'm not so far so good. I mean,
Yeah, I just told Tommy that is in the chat that is 75% spoiler. Would you say about?
Spoilers we will try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next image.
have you guys seen it? Did you guys see it yet in the chat? Not if yes.
Wookiee Supremacy just joined us.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like that Wookiee language is like a horn, but somebody hit it. Like it has a big dent. Imagine that's how they came up with that.
Disney is rotten, so they won't give them their support. So yeah, go on.
Tommy said, "I'm gonna highlight his comment. Spoiler away, Disney is rotten to me." Okay, hey, then you come to the right spot. We're gonna spoil it.
Yeah, not much to spoil. It's just the first episode, so it's
Wookiee Supremacy, do you have Disney Plus? Did you subscribe to Disney Plus?
my guess is no.
It's free for the first 7 days.
That's
Okay.
just the right price I like to pay.
Free. So, and then episode 2 will be coming out on the 8th day.
Yeah, well, I like the feeling of the show so far. Like it's like I said, it has a really pretty good Western feel to it. No, you and I both agree there's no wokeness yet. We haven't seen any. I haven't seen any wokeness yet. So far, so good on that. Probably will to come, but but I haven't seen it just yet.
Yeah, the level of violence is right. It's just right. Michael Stark has just joined us. Good to have you. We are spoiling, 75% spoiling The Mandalorian Episode 1.
There's a lot of walking in it. I will say that's the only thing. There's a bit too much walking. There's a lot of, I think, padded scenes with Mandalorian just walking out of his ship, walking into his ship, walking down a corridor, he's just walking all over the place.
We agree that it's just filler for killing time.
They couldn't even fill 40 minutes. They had to 15 of those minutes were spent with watching him walk to point his gun.
The episode is 39 minutes long, and they can't have the whole 39 minutes of just jam-packed action, expensive explosions and lasers, and so we agree that it's filler. All right,
there's a lot of filler.
And now in this scene here, the guy that the Mandalorian captured, the bounty that he had on this guy's requesting to use the restroom. He called it something else. It wasn't a bathroom. He said something else. I forgot. But he's asking him if he could go, and the Mandalorian just being quiet. Okay, let's go to the next.
Man of few words. He's a man of few words.
Yeah. Cold, silent type.
Yeah, I agree. If Tommy says, "Damn shame what the mouse has done to Star Wars." It is a shame because it's like we just want to watch this without any anything behind it. You can just enjoy it, but it's hard to because you can't forget all the shit that just happened. But still want to watch something and enjoy it and hopefully give. I don't know. I like what's his name, the director, Jon Favreau. That's why I give it a chance more than anything.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed it. I'm all for this.
Enjoyed you did.
Yes, I did. Very much so. So in this scene here, he lets the guy go to the restroom, which is on the bottom floor of the ship, lower area of the ship. And the guy is snooping around. He finds a closet full of weapons, which I'm surprised he didn't grab one. But
were his hands tied? I don't know, maybe not.
His hands, he was cuffed, but he was still pushing buttons, and he opened a closet, and there was guns, but he chose to close it back up.
Dumb he is.
Yeah. He's snooping around, pretending he's using the restroom, but he's not. Then the Mandalorian surprises him and pushes him into this thing that freezes people, like Han and Empire Strike Back, the carbon freeze. And this dude ends up frozen.
Well, tell him, remember the pretty cool line that he used. Remember, he says when he picks him up, he says,
I could bring you in warm, or I could bring you in cold. The few words that the Mandalorian spoke. So he goes and he collects his bounty, a few credits.
Okay, is Ben there on the bottom? He's saying he's here.
I don't see him. You know what? I'm gonna send him because I sent him an old link.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. Tell Ben to go. I'm gonna send it directly to him, just between me and him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you guys are saying, because I had a hard time tossing and seeing if I wanted to see this or not, just because, but I don't want to be, it's hard to not say, well, you're just a hater, but at the same time, don't give a new one a chance.
I see Ben. I'm Adam. We have Benjamin Johnson from Fanaddicts of Film.
Benjamin.
Well known.
How's it going?
YouTuber. Have you seen this episode?
Yeah.
I
just watched it twice.
Awesome. Yeah, we watched it. Shanie and I watched it, and we went through our favorite scenes. Went back to our favorite scenes and watched some of the good scenes. So we're I'm doing 75% spoiler. I'm just some of the spots, and I'm
Okay.
sharing. Do you see what I'm sharing? Do you
Yeah.
know this part? Okay.
What did you think of the movie first? What did you think of the episode?
I had a lot of mixed feelings. I think in general it's really good. I think in general, I mean, I give it a 6.9 out of 10, but I guess it's just, there's still that part of me that's bottled up. That's like that, and I keep saying it a million times. What we had to go through to get here. And it's like this is like Nerdrotic put it best. What did he say? This is like a good Ant-Man movie. That's what this is. That's all this is. This is. I mean, this is like if you just look at like the 22 movies in the MCU, and they all suck, and like Endgame sucks. It all sucks, and then this is the Ant-Man movie, and it's like this one's good though. Anyway,
that's
sorry.
good. Well, you said a 6. What you give it? A 6?
6.9. I mean, like, okay, so I want to go through this whole thing with you guys, man. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. And
Are we live?
Yes, we are live.
Okay,
Yes.
we've been live. Sorry, I didn't.
And we have Michael Stark, Tommy, Wookiee Supremacy, Black Cat Cinephile in the chat.
How's it going, everybody? Good to see y'all, man. This is really, it's almost ludicrous.
My daughter, you saw.
Should we let another person in? Shellback is in the backstage. Yeah, I'm gonna let him in, and I'll tell him we're spoiling it and see if he still wants to hang out. But Shanie, what number do you give it?
I agree with Ben. I give it a 6.97 right now. I give it that because it's still the first episode. There was a lot of like we said, filler, a lot of walking around, and I thought that kind of annoyed me, a bit of the filler stuff. I feel like they could have given us a whole episode of actual action, and as far as the first episode is concerned, it was kind of watered down, and I'm just like, guy, is he just gonna walk the whole entire scene and then walk in and then walk out? Like that was so padded. But those weren't the horrible things. I mean, it was.
Shanie, hold that thought real quick. I want to welcome Shellback T. I can't see the letters. TJC. Yeah, Shellback. He's in. He's in with us in the live.
How's it going,
Hey.
Shellback?
It's going all right.
I've seen
Can you
you
hear me?
around a couple of times. I don't think we've ever spoken. Good to see you, man.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just watched it. And I like it. I mean, I just heard one of you guys say something about giving it like a 6 or a 7. I'd probably go a little higher than that. But
Yeah, what do you give it, Shellback? Because I haven't said what I give.
well,
it.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, there's gonna be some people that are gonna be like, 10. It's a 10.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And in a way, I can kind of agree with that, but in a way, it's just the first episode. I mean, it wasn't meant to I don't think it was meant to blow us away, because it's like
It's
if the first episode
building.
blows us away, then it's
they don't have
just
anywhere to
gonna,
go from there.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I heard LB, the Lonely Banter, talk about it. I've heard Ryan Kennel talk about it, and I even watched a few minutes of Gary from Nerdrotic talking about it. And I don't know, Gary mentioned a couple things that I didn't really notice, but I don't know. But
I like that they went. I like that they went old school with the effects. I like that. I like that the mask of that they used the animatronics on the mask. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
On Nick Nolte.
On Nick Nolte's mask. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
It was
good.
very Ninja Turtles 1990s animatronic. I kind of I kind of
It was like Howard the Duck's
Ah,
his beak movie.
So there was no CG, because these days, from what I've been reading, is that they do a little bit of both of that. So they'll do some of that, and then they actually add the CGI in to smooth it over and make
I
it.
was gonna say, Nick Nolte's character did not look animatronic whatsoever to me. I mean, it looked like that was actually his face. I mean, it didn't look like. So
He's the most interesting Ugnaught we've seen yet, because
Well, I wasn't saying it as a bad thing. I actually appreciate the animatronics.
yeah.
I don't actually.
No,
like
I'm
that.
not either. I'm just saying if they used animatronics, it's a hell of a lot better than it used to be.
Well, yeah, definitely the technology's gotten better for sure.
You know, I didn't get to hear Shellback. What did you give the Mandalorian the first episode? What rating did you give it?
I mean, if we're going numbers, I'd say at least an 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Well, for me, I liked it. I'm gonna put 8.5.
I gotta watch it again. To get the full thing.
The
but-
second time through, it is 1,000% better, because you get to catch some of the cool stuff that happens there. There's a moment where they're talking about the deal and the money, and he calls it calamari flan, and he's talking about the Mon Calamari, and then I guess it's a kind of money, but it's calamari flan. It sounds like flan made out of calamari. It's pretty funny, but.
Yeah,
But there's the money exchange was funny.
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. They have different currencies.
The thing that I had a huge beef with in the first act was don't get me wrong, like, he was actually kind of funny, the guy that he was after, the first bounty who he was after, he was kind of funny, he was an interesting character, but it was like, but if he just talks like a regular person with that alien alien face on, it takes me out of the show.
Yeah, they try to do that now in this comedic sort of style, where they ground characters to modern speech.
But it was too much. It was almost like the guy from Solo, a Soy Wars story, the guy who was, I'm from New York, but I'm an alien, but I'm from New York. Like, it's.
Well, what about the German guy who was who hired? You know, even you have that. You know, is there Germans in space too? I don't know.
Werner Herzog.
Werner, yeah. Well, Werner Herzog for some reason sells it. It's just with me, this guy, he has an alien head on, right? But then he talk. I'm just a normal guy. I talk like this. I'm funny, but I got an alien face, and it just didn't work for me.
Yeah, it reminds me. You know, you're right. In one way, you kind of reminded me of an Orville character.
Yeah, it's just for me with Star Wars. If you're gonna go that far and make an alien face, the character has to be a little bit less.
I agree.
It should be less human. It shouldn't be like, I'm just a regular dude.
All right. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that scene. Whatever language the guy, whatever you want to say, was talking, the one that said, you spilled my drink.
Yeah.
Maybe Blue Boy didn't speak that language, so he was speaking basic.
I know. But what I mean is, he could still speak basic, and make it believable. I'm just saying, it's just me. It's a small thing. It's just they for an alien character like that, you need to have him be a little bit outside of. Anyway, that's just.
Yeah. No, you were probably more like hoping for, say, Greedo in the cantina.
Part of me gravitates toward that type of thing. It doesn't have to. The point of me is, I'm not trying to say that he can't speak basic. He can speak basic, but he shouldn't appear like a. It didn't take you out at all. Didn't take you out of the movie at all.
No, I guess I just really didn't look that much into it. No.
Okay. Yeah, it took me out completely. But I'm just picky.
Well, I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, I don't like it when actually they do that kind of stuff too, because it's grounded characters that is just sort of comic relief, and you know, a little bit of a tone to him might have helped a little bit.
I mean, he
I
was
think
a good
it's
actor.
the actor's fault than anything, right? The actor's choice, because it's not a good character actor. But you know, I can forgive that. Like, there's nothing like.
It's not like it's a big deal.
Another thing too is like, you know, I mean, if he would have been speaking in an alien language, like that, you know, that whole scene, or like, well, not maybe the whole scene, but even more of that scene would have felt like watching like a freaking Japanese anime or something, you know, and
But I don't think he means it has
you're
to
like
be.
sitting there trying to read the subtitles the whole damn time, you know.
But he doesn't have to speak an alien language, like he just has to speak maybe with a different tone, like that's not so like modern and jokey, like something that's kind of like the way he don't like you either, like some kind of a weird accent or something that gives them sort of a different like an accent or something that could give him a little different flair to him, instead of hey, I'm Bobby from from the Bronx. And
it was just too regular. It was too. I mean, there's a point where it becomes non-Star Wars because it's so. I'm just a regular dude, and I'm just here talking because I'm regular. And
it sounds like the Orville, right?
Yeah, so it's fine. I mean, it's a small thing, but he wasn't a bad character. I loved how he kind of stuck around the ship and had to get frozen. You know?
Can you guys answer me that question? Because I've been trying to figure out. Okay, so they weren't. Now those speeders were definitely modeled from Tatooine speeders. Would you think that, like, don't you find it odd that the speeders were almost identical to Tatooine version of speeders? Like, they went so nostalgic looking with them that they were almost like Luke's. It was almost like it was Luke's. Wouldn't they have like different looking speeders in different planets in the same? Or are they selling these models all over the universe? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going with selling all over the place type of thing, you know. I mean, it's like
they should have bought the ones with the roof if you're gonna go.
But
no, they want to go full JFK with the open speeder, open top.
The Cadillac speeders for the
Lincoln Continental. So let's move this along. Let's get to this next scene. Do you guys see what I'm sharing? Where the
I want to know who that is. I want to know who that chick is.
Yeah. She knows how to melt that bar and make a nice shoulder plate, I guess. She was pretty cool.
Before you play anything, if I may, what one of the little things that jumped out to me during this scene was like, it's like, how in the hell is she like, over a forge wearing a freaking helmet? I'm like, is she not baking inside that thing? But I don't know.
Yeah, I also found it weird that the style of it wasn't Mandalorian style. It seemed more Greek inspired helmet. Like, it doesn't it doesn't seem like a classic Mandalorian.
Well, the thing is, like, I watched the Clone Wars, the animated Clone Wars and Rebels, and that style, the is what they had for the females.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that was basically like a female style helmet.
Oh, okay.
But it
just looked Greek to me. It looked like Greek.
It like Bo-Katan Kryze. That's how her helmet looked. Like I said, but like pretty much all the females that I saw in either one of those shows had their helmet look like that.
I thought you was gonna say, "This is Sparta,"
right?
Just like kick him.
Yeah, I'm showing the image of the bar that he received from that German sounding dude.
And is that a First Order symbol, or is that an Empire symbol on it?
No, that's the Empire.
Yeah,
that's the Empire symbol.
You say, "Und, yeah, here's the payment, Mandalorian, und."
You know, I love what I did like though. I like the detail of the stormtroopers. That's one thing DBS and I were noticing during that scene. Was that how dirty they looked? Like they've gone through some shit. There's a lot of wear in their outwear uniform. They're not getting modern shit anymore. It's like they've had that for years, you know, or like for a while.
Piss-soaked armor, blood stains. Yeah.
I got a question. When the little bit of Gary Nerdrotics review or whatever about this, he I guess he seemed to have a problem with the music.
It was the music was real.
I didn't really have a problem with it. In fact, I kind of like that it's different than like the usual John Williams stuff. Plus it reminded me of the old spaghetti westerns, the old Clint Eastwood westerns.
Yeah, that's where I think they were headed. They were going with this whole episode. It sort of felt like an old Clint Eastwood. Like it even that town, that shootout, it felt like it was like an old like Western town that they were. This whole thing felt like an old Western. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so then this lady forged this shoulder plate, which the Mandalorian was more than happy to put on.
Why do they have to keep changing the name of the armor? Like they have to change everything. Like they changed the name of the armor now. It's like that special metal, that Mandalorian metal that I can't remember the name of it, but I'm gonna look it up. But
it's always been called Beskar.
Has it? Okay, that's good. Yeah. That's good. I stand corrected.
Yeah, this was funny.
As far as I know, anyway.
No, I think you're right. If that's what it was, for some reason I remembered the name wrong, and that's my bad. Because if I remembered a different name, if it was Beskar, then if that's what they said, then that's the.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's good to know. Because I was I guess I was probably looking for bad stuff. It's like these days you're looking out for bad stuff. But I personally, it's like they have to insert an authoritative woman above him. That's just forgive me if I sound overly offensive, offended about it. I think a lot of people have been talking about that in the last week. So I think it got to me and I let it get to me.
But I think at some point though, we got to be like, take a win where you get it. Like, she didn't like accuse him of mansplaining or anything. So we're kind of okay.
Right. Yeah. She wasn't being the, she wasn't being the Brie Larson of Mandalorian women,
Yeah,
right. So. But he still has to, be subservient to her, which is weird.
I didn't really see it as being subservient, though. I honestly did not pick up on any quote unquote identity politics.
Well, I just felt like she was making him armor. I don't know, like that just felt like what she was doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were ranked. I mean, I thought he was like showing respect by what he did, and then I didn't even know they were ranked until
I would like this chick Mandalorian to make me a cup.
You want to make me a sandwich? Admit it.
A cup down there, so I won't get.
Well, no, she's got to make the cup first. She's got to make the cup first, so he'll have something to put his drink in when he's eating the sandwich.
No, I'm talking about a cup to protect the jewels, the protect the hang low.
The cod piece. You want a cod piece. Okay.
Yeah. But she has to measure first, and then melt that metal and make me a nice cup, loose fitting,
Right.
Anyway,
I thought this was funny. I thought this part was funny.
He's looking up at his friend getting roasted.
So you're not laughing now, huh? Salacious Crumb or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
That's Hellacious Crumb.
The puppet didn't look good though to me. I will say the puppet of that one that was in the cage looked really puppety. It looked too puppetish to me. Like this one I saw the
rubber chicken.
Yeah, it didn't look good to me. But that's the only part that I could say I didn't like the look of. I thought the puppet wasn't well. Like, they look like they did it last minute, but whatever. So it's a television budget. It's not a movie budget.
I just wonder how long you have to roast a monkey lizard, and so you won't get like salmonella or anything.
Well, I mean, like 160 is lethality, reaches lethality, should kill off any, anything like Listeria, E. coli, Salmonella, should kill all that off. Foodborne illnesses.
Can you burn off midichlorians? So like if you eat like I know this is a completely left field question.
You can't set the
Only
force on
only
fire.
with vigorous exercise.
They're like burn off. Not I meant that kind of burn. Like if he was a Jedi and they were crispifying him, like how if you ate the midichlorians would it infect you?
I think they just get released. I think they just get released back into the atmosphere. Or whatever.
Next. What is this scene?
Where have we seen him before? This is when he's the one who didn't. Spoiler, everybody! Spoiler! This is the guy who didn't want the baby Yoda to die. He's like, he's like, we talked about this. He's like, it's okay if you bring him dead, because they're talking. He's the guy. This is the guy who hired for the bounty to get baby Yoda character, baby
Yodette.
Yeah.
Yodette.
Now, see, I guess I kind of maybe I was trying to take everything in or too much or whatever. I don't know, but I guess I kind of missed that part because I thought the Mandalorian was like supposed to take him somewhere, and then like I'm like, okay, did they just leave the guy or what? But
well,
then,
no, they have a discussion.
That makes sense though. That okay. About
they have a discussion, and he says the Werner Herzog's character. He says it's okay if you if all else fails, it's okay for a lower fee if you bring back the bounty dead, because that whole conversation is specifically about there's this other there's no bounty puck, which is the thing that gets the so there's no bounty puck, there's no this or that. They talk about something about the they say something about the number that only lasts 4 digits. There's limited information, obviously, because this is a baby being. So
well, how much is a baby Yoda worth? How much were they paying for that?
That's a good question. I don't remember if they said the number, but they did say a lot. I think that's a good question. I'm going to have to go back and look at that one.
I would like to purchase one of these baby Yodas now.
Well, I'm pretty sure Disney will be selling baby Yodas at your nearest Disney store.
Now
Disney stores.
That baby Yoda. I mean, which I don't know. I hate calling it baby Yoda. Because, I mean, I know there's like there's an actual race of them, although we don't know nothing about them.
I'm gonna guess that this baby Yoda, the first name or the name of this baby Yoda will start with a Y, because we had Yaddle and then Yoda.
You do. You do the Yoda that you do so well. Yeah.
Something in between Yaddle and Yoda. We have to guess the name.
My offspring, she is. Yes.
But I like the look. I like the look of it, though. They did, to me. They did really good with the baby Yoda thing.
So 2 years ago, Lucasfilm talked about how they were never going to reveal Yoda's race. So they probably won't, and it probably won't be the same race as Yoda. Apparently, say it again.
You think this is clickbait?
I think it's going to be an integral part of the story, but I think it's not.
But I mean, you think like you made it look like it's Yoda, but it's not a Yoda.
They're trying. Yeah, they're going to bait people into thinking that it's Yoda, but they're not. It's going to be a red herring. It's going to just distract people, and they'll never tell you what it is, and it won't ever be. That's my opinion. I have no idea, but that's my prediction.
I like the shootout sequence, by the way, the one that we're shooting out.
Oh yeah. When he gets on the Gatling gun.
Yeah, well, I like the whole I actually thought they were going to stay as friends. I thought they had a good chemistry. Then he shoots. Go ahead.
I actually kind of envisioned them bringing him back. Go, oh hey, I got repaired. Why did you shoot me in the head? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I guess I could see that too. I mean, because they did sort of have a good chemistry. I kind of liked their
Yeah.
the way they worked together. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah, this
Guy-
whole third act was the best part by far because you have he meets our Nick Nolte Ugnaught character, and that guy when you see him, it's all of a sudden it's for me it got really fun because he tries to ride the I don't know the I can't remember the
Blurg. It's a blurg.
Blurg, okay.
Yeah.
And he tries to ride that, even though that was kind of silly.
Yeah, it was a
still,
bit silly for me. I thought it was Disney silly.
It was still good for me for some reason. I really enjoyed Nick Nolte's character a lot for some weird reason. And
Well,
so
his character was fine. Just him riding that thing was a bit silly for me. I just thought not them riding it, but him trying to ride it kind of looked awkward, weird. I don't know. And I think the design of those creatures were a bit weird too. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just thought that they looked like DBS said piranhas, with legs. Is weird. But whatever.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, I did.
Piranhas with legs. That's exactly what
Piranhas with legs.
Well, they came. As far as I know, they the first time we saw blurgs were in the Clone Wars, and then then they had them in Rebels too.
Were they on the what planet were they on? Do you remember? I mean, I want to say
I know that I know you saw them on Ryloth.
That's what I was going to say.
I was going to say
Ryloth.
Yeah, the Twi'leks were riding them all around Ryloth. So.
That's right. Okay, I could. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was just curious what you thought.
Maybe we might see one of them on the Rise of Skywalker. One of those running across the ship, the Star Destroyer.
Did you guys find that?
No, that's just for the Space Forces.
Yeah, that's right.
They're pooping and peeing while it's running.
What did you guys think of that scene that was obviously supposed to be like a nostalgic sequence, back like a throwback to the New Hope when he's looking through the binoculars and then he doesn't see anything and he takes them off and it's right there in front of him. It was like almost like here, remember this?
Yeah,
this movie. I thought I don't know. I kind of didn't like it. I wish they'd just done their own thing and stopped doing the nostalgic.
See, they're
playback.
They're realizing what they've done, and so they're literally trying anything they can to get people back because they're realizing what they've done.
It worked because they got me back. It worked.
See, here's the thing though. It's like there's only so many things you can do before something else comes along that is like, oh, that's nostalgic, because it's, I mean, yeah, he was looking through the scope. He was looking through the scope of his rifle, and he sees the two blurgs off in the distance, and then next thing you know, there's like one in it, completely in his face.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with
That's what he's talking about. You're talking about the New Hope with the Banthas.
The Banthas and the Sand people. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm
not kidding on. It's just
you could no I know I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, it's like there's only so many things you can do, only so many planets you can go to. That's why, like on the Force Awakens, I didn't really it didn't really bother me that they were on a desert planet or whatever, and then it's a New Hope all over again. And it's like you only got so many climates. You got desert, you got rainforest, you got friggin'.
But don't you find it funny that most planets have multiple climates on it? Why do we always have to have one climate on one planet?
Well, that was just something that
scientifically to have.
That was something that just George. Yeah, that was something that George had an idea of, and then everybody just ran with it. Which is, I agree with you. It's silly. I wish that some of these planets were labeled. Like we don't know any of the names of any of these planets.
I agree with that one. I do agree.
And that was frustrating to me because I loved how, at least in Rogue One, we got to know the names of the planets. They have it's like in Star Trek. It's seriously
like I was telling Shanie, I wish they would have announced it like the way they did in Rogue One, which planets they're going to.
or that they were on. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was frustrating. Because the reason why is because he goes to one planet and there's that underground Mandalorian place that he goes to, and there's a bunch of Mandalorians there, right? But we don't know what planet that is because it's not Mandalore. That was not Mandalore. Didn't look like it. But anyway, it could have been. It could have been Mandalore, but anyway, whatever.
So moving along, so we have IG-11 here about to self-destruct because his program, he says he cannot be taken. His manufacturer specification says that they cannot be taken, so they have to self-destruct if they're losing or cornered or whatever. Did you guys like the IG-11, the
That
shootout?
makes me want to know who his owner
Yeah,
is.
I thought that was hilarious because it's like, he tried to blow himself up like 3 or 4 times, and the Mandalorian's like, no. It's like, I need your help. No, stop. But
Well, the good thing is that he didn't pull a 3CPO and say, "Oh, the chances of us winning." I'm glad they didn't put that.
We're doomed.
Yeah,
Every other minute, we're doomed.
the chances of victory are percent or whatever.
oh dear.
and Shellback, I really want to, from what you said before about you imagined of him coming, being repaired and being brought back and being like kind of a cohort of the Mandalorians. That it very, very much interests me because I want to know who owns him. I want to know who owns IG-11 because
he's a droid, man. He's a droid. It's like
yeah,
they're like the
companions.
I don't know. Dare I say, like, superhero freaking, comic book type of characters.
Well, they
It's
add
like,
levity. They add levity to the story.
Oh, you're dead. Wait a minute. No, you've been repaired. You're back. Hey, all right. Like,
Yeah.
Star Wars for Life is in the chat. If you guys want to say hi.
hey, Ruthie.
Hello. How are
How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Welcome to our humble live stream.
Yeah, how'd you like the Baby Yoda, Ruth?
Yudi. Baby Yudi. That's what
So-
I mean.
It's funny too because this at the end, as you realize that so Dave Filoni directed the episode and then Jon Favreau wrote it. So it's cool to see that the two of those guys working together now. At least they understand Star Wars. At least they understand what it's supposed to be about. To me, there's a lot of stuff that was weird in there, but I'm slowly letting it back.
Tommy in the chat room says the IG series were Imperial assassination droids. I guess we could look up on Wikipedia.
On Wikipedia?
Is Wikipedia now?
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
They changed Wikipedia to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
It's just not Wikipedia now.
Real quick, I'd like to say hail to Tommy because, like, I swear any stream or anything I go into and he's there, he's always saying hi to me. So, hey, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's a good guy, man.
Yeah, Tommy's great. This Baby Yoda, Shanie and I were discussing how this came to be, how this Baby Yoda came, who gave birth to this Baby Yoda, who's the mama and the papa of this Baby Yoda.
Well, Yoda's supposed to be the last of the species, right?
Right. So, that's what somebody in the chat said that.
That was Star Wars for Life.
Yeah. No. Michael Stark. I think that the Force spits out one of these Yoda babies once every 500 years because they're rare.
Spits it out, eh?
That'd be actually pretty cool. Like that Yoda is just an actual entity of the Force. He's not born or anything. He's just literally put there by that would be actually pretty damn cool. I love that idea. Yeah. I love that.
What I know about the Yoda species is like they're they're from I don't want to say the unknown regions, but they're they're from like the fringes of the galaxy somewhere, and like out in the boondocks. That's
Near
why
Galaxy
nobody
Edge.
really knows a whole lot about their race. So
And then
I'm not gonna say they're I'm not gonna say they're unique, or they only the force the force pops one out every
and
500 years.
they're all force sensitive
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, the species.
Well, I mean,
I
they're
don't
probably going to
know.
give us the back. The interesting part is what they plan to do with it, because they're obviously going to give it a backstory. So this stuff will definitely be explained. How much of it will explain Yoda, and whether we're going to like that explanation, that's also sort of something you got to go like, let's hope they don't ruin Yoda, in the process by.
I mean, it's set. What book did you? So I'm sorry, Shanie. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm done.
Okay,
I
sorry.
said my piece.
I just get excited, and it's like us whenever I get excited about. So where I'm curious. I'm curious, Shellback. Did you read that in a comic or a book somewhere about Yoda's species? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Do you remember where that came?
I don't know. Either some article or yeah, something somewhere.
Okay.
I
I was just curious if you had recalled exactly where it's. So it's the
Yeah,
Yannick. The Yannick species is what's his name? There's a guy who is in the Clone War. He was in Attack of the Clones, but he was also in the Clone Wars, and they had him. He actually died in the Clone Wars. I don't know if you guys remember him, but
yeah, he had like a eye patch and like a long ponytail coming out of his top of his head or whatever.
yeah, and so he's like he's
Yeah.
a close related species, which is the Lennox species. But anyway, so it's possible that this is just a Lennox species baby and not a Yoda baby. So I'm leaning towards that it's going to end up being a Lennox species, which means that it'll be just like the other.
Well,
that's
I get, what do you call it? Lennox?
Lennox, Lannik.
Yeah.
Lennox.
But they well, I don't know. That's the thing, because like he was like a pinkish pink peach, whatever.
Yeah.
Skin color, not green like Yoda. So I mean, this one's green like Yoda. So
Yeah, I know. But
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to end up saying that it's just another subspecies of Lannick, or if they're going to come up with a different name. But it's.
I did like it. Did you guys?
It's kind of like I'm sorry. What?
Did you guys expect that? Like, that was completely threw me off. I did not expect that baby to be, that. Like, that was a really good surprise. Like Ryan Johnson, take notes. That's how you subvert expectations in a positive way. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck that guy. Sorry.
I'm with you. I think we're all with you there,
yeah,
sir. But it also simply means that all of those people, all of those aliens, or all of whoever they just killed, all of those, like, all they were doing was just protecting this baby.
Oh yeah, that kind of, you're right in a way.
So they just killed all those guys for it.
We don't know if they were protecting him.
Yeah, it's possible.
We don't know if they were going to sell him.
Yeah, that's true.
Sell it to slavery or something. For all we knew, it was going to be some horrible thing. But I liked the surprise. This was something that threw me. I did not expect this whatsoever. I don't think anybody could have, unless you knew going in. And I thought this is how you do it. This is how you subvert, expectations in a positive way. You don't give them some nonsense that doesn't intrigue them. You give them something that will intrigue. So,
also, really quickly, I'm sorry, Yaddle is also another name of one of the other Yoda-like characters that was in the prequels. Yaddle is the Quiet Yaddle, was a member of the same mysterious species as revered Jedi Master Yoda. Yaddle is set on Jedi Council. So I had forgotten about that character, along with E.T. that's in there.
Wasn't Yaddle a female?
Yes.
It doesn't say here, but that's interesting.
So Yoda Yaddle, and then Baby Yoda. Name's gonna start with a Y. I'm just throwing that
What
out.
about yogurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say if it's a female. That's funny. I'll have to find that out.
I think Yaddle was a female, but because which was it? It was one of the prequels.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. It does say it later. It does say it. You're
Tommy
correct.
says Yaddle female. Tommy's always right.
But they had her in the council chamber, the Jedi council chamber in one of the prequel movies.
Yep. Phantom Menace. Actually, I watched this movie last night. It's such a damn good movie. I freaking love Phantom Menace. Anyway,
that's pod racing.
Pod race.
Rick, let's try this.
No, seriously though, I'm a big time racing fan. I love being from growing up in the southeast Missouri. Of course, I grew up a NASCAR fan, but
Sure.
I like rally, I like road racing, Formula One, MotoGP. I mean, anything with wheels and an engine where they're going fast, and that's one of the things about episode 1 that I liked. I was like, hey, yeah, cool. But
so many people thought it was too long, but I loved it. I loved that scene. It was so good.
I watched a documentary on how he made all the sound effects for that, all the engines, like how
the sounds are amazing. I love them. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it was just I loved it. And the way he made them design like chariots too, because he had them designed like chariots, almost like Ben-Hur kind of thing, like around. I think it was purposefully done.
That's cool.
Some of the sound effects were Formula One car sounds.
Oh, cool.
Like the real high pitched. That's
I could see that.
That's Formula One cars. Yeah,
that's really cool.
No, I liked that entire sequence. I do agree with you. It did run a bit long, but yeah, I did like that.
I thought it was awesome. So did you? I know that you guys are already at the end of the episode, but can we go?
Well, I like to give a shout out to Orville Nation.
Hello, Orville Nation.
He's got a good channel. He's more into Star Trek and stuff like that. But he's welcome with us with Star Wars people. We're all the same. We're all the same on the inside. So yeah.
Hey, the Orville, I haven't been able to watch, but like maybe the first episode or two of the Orville. So I'm gonna have to catch up on it via DVD or something. But dude, I've nothing but respect for anybody who's a fan of that show. I love that show and freaking.
Well, the first season was great. I like
McFarland is a damn genius in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah, Orville Nation. This show is 75% spoiler of the Mandalorian Episode 1 show. Here we have a Baby Yoda. We're discussing, how the hell this happened. Who forgot to put a condom on?
Well, we know. But there's very few suspects though that we could actually draw from. That's the one thing. It's like we know there's only one of his species, so we got to know that Yoda's got to be part of this. Otherwise, how is this possible, right? This must be something. Yoda has it. You know what I mean?
No, it's okay. Protection we need not.
Hookers at Dagobah. Yes.
Lots of stinky diapers to change. There's Baby Yoda. Who's going to change this Baby Yoda's diaper? The Mandalorian?
Yeah. That's going to be the next scene. Is the Mandalorian changing Yoda's diaper?
Yeah, that's or it could just freeze it. He just puts it in the freezer.
That would be.
It'll melt that Mandalorian armor off. That Baby Yoda urine.
Dude, I can just imagine the next episode, him flying in the ship, and then all of a sudden he's like, Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh, you gotta be
You guys everybody in the chat room, can you give us a number ranking 1 through 10 of what you thought of the first episode? I said 8.5. Shellback said 8. Uh, Fanatics of Film said 6.9. Shanie said 6.
I'm actually going to give it a 6.7.
Oh,
I
Sorry.
said 7.
6.7. I'm sorry. And Shanie gave it a 6.9.
I said 7.
Dude, awesome. You and I are both in the same 6.7. Yeah, Orville Nation says congrats to Orville director Jon Favreau. I didn't know Favreau directed some Orville episodes. I didn't know that. That's cool. I love Favreau though, but I grew up on Favreau. I grew up on what's that damn movie of his?
Swingers.
Swingers, thank you.
Orville Nation gives it an 8. I gave it 8.5.
You know,
I liked it a little bit more.
You know, I've not seen Swingers or Mallrats.
Swingers is better than Mallrats. In my
Mallrats sucks. You should definitely watch Swingers though. Swingers was awesome. If you lived in the 90s, you'll laugh your ass off. It's pretty fun.
Dude,
It's pretty fun.
I graduated high school in 1989, so yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, I give the thing with this is I'll say this. I give it a 7 because I thought that it started off weak. The first sequence was okay, but there was a lot of filler in that episode that kind of made me sort of a bit bored a little bit. But I got stronger towards the end. I do agree. The final scene and then the Yoda sequence was like, wow, like seeing Yoda I think that one blew. I did not expect it. So I do think that while I did give it a 7, I do think its potential to be way better, like going forward. That's good.
It's just frustrating. They want us to forgive them for what they've done, and
you're an unforgiving man.
Well, putting out having this Baby Yoda come out, I forgive them.
It's just hard
for this month. I forgive them.
It's just hard to like
Here's
this.
my humble.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, that's all I was gonna say. That's it. Go ahead.
My humble opinion, it's like I'm this to me. This is separate. This is separate from the movies.
Yep.
You know,
I agree with that.
You know, like I said, my humble opinion. Dave Filoni has not done anything to us. Jon Favreau has not done anything to us. It's Cray KK and freaking Hobnob Bob Iger, you know, and freaking Ruin Johnson.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's to me Favreau and Filoni. I'm not. Yeah, they haven't done us wrong. So it's the other ones.
However,
the movie people.
I think we still got to go in with a little bit of caution because we still know that Mickey Mouse runs the whole thing, and Mickey Mouse is still dealing with a woke attitude. And I think going forward, we could see more wokeness, more of this nonsense. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm cautiously optimistic, but I still I don't trust them. Is why I still don't trust I trust Favreau, but I still think Favreau has to answer to people and has to answer to different demographics and groups. And we'll see going forward whether or not, you know what I mean? Maybe the first one was like, we'll sell to all these people, and these suckers will buy Disney Plus after they see the first episode for free. And then the next 3 or 4 are all woke and just cringy. And
don't bite your tongue. Bite your tongue.
I don't want it to happen. This is not something I'm hoping for. I just go in cautious.
Damn you, Shanie.
Sorry.
You better knock on some fucking wood or something. God damn.
Well,
I knocked.
He's helping us keep our guard up. That's what you're doing, and it's okay.
I'm like PTSD Star Wars fan. You know, I'm scarred. I don't. It's gonna take more than
all of us are. All of us are, man.
It's gonna take a bit more than just one episode of a show for me to just get all like, I forgive you. Everything's wonderful.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, believe me, I'm right there with you. And Wookiee supremacy. Yeah, feel free to use that phrase. Okay, it's
Yeah,
it's free for the
Hobnob,
world. Yeah,
chrome
yep.
polishing
Hobnob
Bob.
Bob. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good
yeah.
one. I like that a lot.
You can
Hobnob
get a
Bob
shirt,
Iger.
just like shell that hobnob Bob. That'd be good.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
We've been on for an hour and 5 minutes. Um, I have to. I'm gonna lose this spot where I'm broadcasting. Um,
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap this up. I think, Shanie, thank you. You're awesome.
Any
Shellback, thank you. Great,
Yeah,
and
appreciate you leaving the door open.
I'm glad you joined us. Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I
same
just
here.
threw it out there, open door for anyone to join. And thank you for joining. Later on, when I'm gonna put your links, all you guys' links. Ben, Fanaddicts FM, I'm gonna put all your links in your YouTube channels, your Twitter, in the description once I'm done with this. And we're gonna do this again for episode 2. We'll spoil it. 75% spoiler. And everybody that's in the chat, I thank you so much for joining us. I know it's late, and all you guys with Insomniacs, all you, I'm glad you joined us. This is great. Love it. You guys want to say anything final? Want to
No.
promote your stuff? Anything you got, Ben? Anything? Any new videos you're gonna come out with?
We just. I mean, this is completely non-Star Wars, but my brother-in-law and I did a whole deep dive on the movie Midway.
I saw that. I watched that.
If you guys like cool, awesome movies about World War II, this film was fantastic, and we tore it apart. He's a historian, my brother-in-law, and he knows history, so he dives deep into all the stories that they missed. He talks about the stories that they missed in the movie, and it's awesome. We had a blast doing it. So, whatevs.
Okay, Shellback, you got anything?
I definitely plan on seeing Midway. I'm all about the war movies, and I don't know, maybe it's because I'm
Shellback, when I do the review for episode 2 of The Mandalorian, will you join us? I'll send you a link.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
Happy to. But and I'm not really working on anything right now. I mean, not actively, but just I did a Veterans Day stream with Chris Knight from the Real Reviews 3000 last night, and that was fun.
Cool.
So I mean, if you guys anybody in the chat, whatever, wanted to go by his channel and watch some of that, that'd be cool.
Cool.
Shanie, I know Shanie, he did the Dr. Evil on the Twitter. He did a little video clip that was awesome. It kind of went viral there. And you're gonna put out more stuff, right, on the Twitter?
Oh yeah, it's lots coming up. So just stay tuned soon.
So everybody,
hey, I heard you. Hey, not to interrupt, but Shanie, you know Skeletor? Is that?
Yeah.
Am I hearing that right?
We go pretty far back. He and I
His
are buddies.
evil stepbrother.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, is he? Do you know if what his plans are?
His plans. He's going to do live streams on Saturdays, probably with Fanaddicts of Film and Death by Saber and Kermit. I think he's going to be doing the rounds a bit too. Different people. Whoever
Kermit's the shit. I love Kermit.
Just let me know and I'll.
Yeah, right now Skeletor is hot commodity. Everybody wants him on their live. So I'm going to definitely get some of that Skeletor vibe on my live streams. I'm going to have him on for sure.
Skeletor will be starting.
We'll cash in on that.
He's going to be doing some reviews too. On movie reviews, so it'll be fun.
Okay, so thank you guys. And
Thanks.
we are done.
Sorry, just one last thing. If anybody out there wants to talk to Skeletor, just hit me up on my Twitter account or on YouTube.
Yeah, send him a DM. Send him some inappropriate pictures in his DM. He likes Skeletor. Skeletor enjoys that. He really does. Send him a
He
bone
loves those. He
picture.
has a book. He keeps them. Yeah.
So, good night, everyone. Thank you.
Night.
And we'll see you
Good
soon.
night. Good night, guys. Take care.